بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Who knows Urdu here? No Urdu? So in Urdu there's a word called Booj Bajakkar. You heard that word before?
Not that one.
Not that one? So basically Booj Bajakkar, somebody like me. They think they know a lot, they don't really know much. But it is there. It's in Urdu. When you have people who are blind, then one person has one eye, he's a Sardar. Yes, he's a leader. So if you've got a bunch of blind people, the one who has one eye is good. So Mashur Thani Rahmatullah alayhi mentioned a story. He goes that there was one person, he's a Booj Bajakkar, meaning everybody thinks he knows everything. He's the most clever person in the village or the city. But he wasn't too clever. So one person on a tree. Person was stuck on a tree. So they went to him and asked for nasiha, like, we can't get him down. We can't get him down. So he sat down and he started thinking for a little while. And then what you need to do is you need to get a rope and throw the rope onto the tree. And then tell him to tie himself. He climbed the tree, he can't get down. Tie himself on his waist. And then when he ties himself on the waist, and you pull him hard. Yeah, yes. You following? But pull him very hard. So they said, okay, this is our Sardar, our leader. So then he went and they got a rope, they throw it. He tied himself on the waist and they pulled him down really hard and he fell and he died. So they went back to the leader and said, this is what you advised us. He goes, don't worry, if death was probably written for him, destined for him, that's why he died. Because we've done this before and it worked. Last time when a person was stuck in a well, we did the same thing. You tied him on his waist or you pulled him out really hard and it worked. So I don't know why they work this time, but it's taqdeer, death. Yes, you have people like that. That's how the intelligent works. Mana Zakaria Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, he mentioned another story. He goes up at night time in a village. A small elephant came. A small elephant. So he left these big footsteps. They've never seen an elephant before. So again, they have the same one of these Booj Bajakkars. So he said, what happened here? We don't know what's going on. So they went to him and he looked around, he investigated everything. And he said, what it seems like, have you ever seen those mills? A mill, you have a round, heavy rock. You have two rocks and you have a stick in the middle. And in between that you put the things you want to grind. But these are quite heavy. They're really heavy rocks and you grind, you put the thing inside and it gets grinded. So you've never seen an elephant before. So he said, what it seems like is there's probably a loose mill somewhere. And a deer, have you seen a deer? Deer, very small, they've got weak feet. So the deer probably got one of its 2 feet stuck in the, the deer probably got his feet stuck in the mill. And as a result, when he was running in the village with the massive rocks on his feet, it probably left these marks that you can see. Yes? So you have this kind of qiyas. So sometimes people think they're very clever, but not actually very clever. It seems like the most plausible solution. So similarly, in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's time, we had the same situation. One person came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The people were discussing or talking, and he said, Muhammad is saying that we're going to be resurrected sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He got a old bone. What did he get? An old bone. And he went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he started crushing in front of his face. He says, مَنْ يُحْلِقْ إِظَامَ وَهِيَ رَمِيمٌ. It doesn't even make sense what you're saying. That you have bones, we're going to die. We're going to do what? Our meat is going to go away. Our flesh is going to go away. We'll become just bones. And Allah's going to bring back like this. Like, very clever, isn't it? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not logical, it's not rational. It's opposite the atheists, to these, like, how can God bring back this to life? That's our stupidity. Like as an example, before that you're confused, you can't figure out, you find it amazing that when you die, your flesh is all eaten up, your bones are going to be all soft, and yet Allah's saying from the tailbone will resurrect you. So you find that amazing. That's quite stupid of you, really. Do you not look, that before, what were you before? You were just a drop of sperm. So does sperm have bones? Does sperm have meat? Does sperm have neurons and all intelligence? Then now we're into the mother's womb. So one changing from sperm into the mother's womb, then that became a alaqa and a mudagha, a changing forms. Then that little thing became a full human being. So you've seen this before in your own eyes. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is qadir. He's able to, from food, creates material in the father's body. Then that goes into the mother's womb. That changes form after form after form. You've seen this amazing thing before. And you're saying, how can Allah resurrect from the tailbone a human being again? Where's the intellect gone? If you really think about it, to reject it, saying, I don't believe it, it's not possible, it doesn't make sense. You've seen this. It's happening in front of you day in, day out. Every day a child is born, somebody's dying. So you're seeing, where does the child come from? Where does his bones come from? Where does his mind come from? Where does his brains come from? Where does all his capacity to function come from? So you've seen a situation every day in front of you. You yourself are a manifestation of proof that resurrection is possible. Well, how did you not change forms from one form to another? خَلَقَكُمْ أَطْوَارًا. And now all of a sudden, فَإِذَا هُوَ خَصِيمٌ مُبِينٌ. That's what إِذَا مُفَاجَأَةٌ. That when you were created from a drop of sperm, after you should have understood, number one is that you should be humble. And number two, that yes, clearly it's possible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from a drop of sperm to a human being, there's no munasabah. So from a tailbone to resurrect you again, it's not difficult. Why are you so surprised? But that's what happens. You have these people who reject atheism, or not reject atheism, they're atheists, reject religion. It's a bit bujakkar. They come up with all these qiyas, and if you really think properly, it doesn't really make sense. To have order in the whole dunya, you have structure, you have order. Yes? I was just telling them, sometimes people say, well, show me a sign. So look at your two ears. Why is one ear not bigger than the other one? What's control? Why are these two things controlled? Why is that one eyebrow going this way, the other going this way? Why is it not like this? What's controlling this? And why is one nose hole and the other nose hole, why are they the same size? Did they have a meeting to say that we're going to both be the same size? Did they measure up? So what? So you say, this is natural design, but imagine if it's going further, even more further for the quicksand. I was telling them, you're asking for a sign. I said, when you walk into the masjid, that's a sign that Allah exists. Right? Why? Because when you walk together in the masjid, from here, you got 100 meters. Well, where do we cross the road? I cross the road before the cars park. They cross the road after the cars park. And every time you go walking, we bump each other, because I got my habit of crossing this side. So he's going to cross, I want to cross there, we bump each other. So we are two human beings. We know where we're going. We know our location or destination, but we function differently. But every single neuron, the whole way the system works, they never have a meeting. They don't have intellect. The blood system, how much blood will you provide today? How much blood will you provide tomorrow? What's the flow rate of the vessels in the veins? All of these things, they work perfectly. Yet that happens. Go to Heathrow Airport. How hard is it to get a plane off the ground, synchronize everything? You have to get the luggage, you have to get the petrol, the gas, the food, and every day you have a delay. So you have hundreds of thousands of people of intellect trying to run an airport, and you still get things they can't control. And yet within your body, there's a system that most people, when they're born healthy, until they get 50, 60, 40, 50, 60, everything functions. The way your heart pumps blood. You never get there's a malfunction in the pumping of the blood. There's less, there's more. 99% of the people, it works. The way your eyes work. So all of this is signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in reality, when this whole, that God doesn't exist, there's no proof of God, is like these two bujakkars. Your rationale doesn't even really make sense. But because you're using big words that we're not familiar with, or you're having the arguments we never thought about, we never discussed, isn't it? Just remember, they're pulling you from the top of the tree to try and get you out. Yes? So when you tie that person on the top, try and pull him down, that's the qiyas that they're using. Or they're trying to probably figure out that the reason that, same thing, why is the whole rainforest like this? Why is a cloud like this? The simple answer is what? There's an elephant. There's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But instead of that, instead of saying elephant, what did it say? It's a small little deer that has two massive rocks stuck to it from the mill, walking around causing these marks. That's what they're saying, isn't it? That natural design, there's something without aql, without intellect, without qudra, without ilm. This is causing the whole world to run every day. Because you can go on dateandtime.com and say 10 years from now, on this day, what time will the sun rise? They'll tell you. And 10 years time, check, it'll be right. How can it be exact? So that exact precision is running naturally, without any interference. Yet, you can't get a plane off the ground without hundreds of people, and even that you can't get them properly all the time. You have delays. So you either believe that the elephant came in the city and village, or you can believe it was the deer with the deer got his feet stuck in the massive rocks of the mill and left these marks. It's up to you. You can either be in the well and get pulled up from the well, you can go top of the tree and get pulled down. So make sure whichever bujakka you take mashara from is intelligent. Yes, that's a summary of atheism. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ability to understand this and give us the tawfiq and make iman firm in our hearts. Do you understand?